Okay, 2039, good luck. So we get white for this one, so we'll play our knight f3 as per usual. So our opponent, 3,300 games of rapids, a lot more than I've done. So we can do the normal reti, or we can switch to a d4 game, or we can go g3. What do I want to do? Let's play the reti for this one. Where am I now? Just over 1100. So that's the reti opening, d5, c4. This you normally do this, and this you normally do this. But if he takes now, you've got check and you can collect. Once c6 comes, you can actually lose your pawn, so that's why you just got to try and guard it and prepare to develop your bishop. What if I want to actually take here? I'm actually going to take there. Normally I would just castle instantly, so I'll just mix it up slightly. Get castled. Slow, steady does it. d4 is going to invite c5, so I'm just going to put the bishop on the diagonal. One or the other. I mean, I could go to a3 and try and trade the bishop, I guess, but we'll see what our opponent does. He's chosen to develop. So I can still go to a3 and trade the bishop. Here is covered. Then we can just develop the knight. So you just got to watch out for attacks to the knight. They're here. And then we can just redeploy the knight, right? Or do I go a bit more traditional and just put it on the diagonal? Yeah, if I go a3, you can just get a tempo of playing c5. So I'll just go on the diagonal. Okay. d3 or d4, does it matter? I'm actually going to go d4, challenge for the center, get the knight up, maybe e3. So let's bring our knight up, prepare e3. This bishop move is a little bit annoying in some of these lines. It does happen. Now rook across, I can't stop this anyway, so let's just move this rook. Just got to try and figure out a plan to where to put our pieces. Well, that might allow us to trade, but this knight could be a bit stuck. Here takes, if I come back, it can just push, right? So I need to go here first. Now I am threatening to take, and here, and I've stopped him playing e3, so then we're okay to drop back. So he's played knight down, so we'll trade one. So just in case of what pawn structure does our opponent wish to aim for. Now he goes with the knight. So again, rook across, he can still play c5 if he wants, but it's probably a good principled move to still aim for. Or I can play knight back and charge this knight. It's in our half of the board. We don't want it being left there. Knight forward, easy to kick. Not really going to stay there. So I'm going to just charge this knight and kick it out of our half if we can. So that's a safe pre-move. So we'll take back if he takes. He could go bold with f5. He might do. Then I'll probably play a move like rook across. So as per usual, I'm a minute down on the clock already. Against these stronger players, obviously that's a bit of a problem, but you've got to play at the right speed for the time control. He has indeed gone bold with f5. So I'm going to play here. If the knight could come here, that would be a bit problematic, but right now it's not on. It might be on in a few moves' time. I might actually come back and go here now that this pawn can't kick the knight. It might be worth spending a couple of moves going back. Then if he takes, we take. It breaks the structure up. It might be a lost pawn in the end. That gives us a tempo to attack his queen. Or he might be looking to play a knight here and get on this path anyway. Let's go here, hit the queen with a view to coming in. But he might want to move like queen across and knight over, something like that. But I think I'm just trying to head here. That's my intended target anyway. So right now we just attack the queen. So up, takes, it looks fine. Not necessarily achieving anything, but there's no f6 to kick the knight now. Whereas we do have f3 if we really want to kick this knight. Taking is just too dangerous, I can't do that. Maybe I just gradually edge forward here. Okay, bang goes that idea. So if I take here now, I'll lose my knight. That's a slight problem going here. Knight forward to attack the queen. Then I could take, but the knight's going to be trapped, right? Yeah, so I need to come back again. The knight's jumping about, not achieving a great deal, but if he takes here now, we take. Oh, we're threatening to take here, aren't we? We attack the queen, and if he takes, we take him, and it mixes it up, it opens things up. So we have a threat. Gain a pawn, lose a bishop, gain a bishop, lose a pawn, but it's opened things up a bit. So I quite like the look of that as a concept. So he'd probably move his queen, but maybe we can just take then, concede a bit of ground here, but gives us some target. So he has indeed moved. So I think I should be taking here now, but should I? Take. And what are we going to do? Bishop here challenges it. Knight could come back and threaten here. It opens the file for our bishop, but it concedes center ground. So what if I just go back here again? No, then I'm in the same position that I can't take here. I'm going to take the pawn. I don't see anything better to do. I need a square for my queen. I expect he'll go with a pawn, but he's got lots and lots of options. Lots of options. So if I go here now... what about knight back to challenge this knight then and just accept this and I'll go defensive. But here, if he goes back, I guess I can just kick the knight, right? Yeah, let's go back. We want to get rid of this knight now. But if I have to bring a rook here to guard, he's got this annoying bishop move. It's dangerous. It's dangerous, but we don't want that knight kept here. And we can't afford to give up the bishop for the knight. That's too dangerous as well. So I'm looking at takes and then try and target this pawn. But it gives him a rook here to target this. I might end up having to give up an exchange, but... it feels like the best I can aim for right now. He's played this very well. But we have got a king very slightly open, just slightly. No easy way to attack it right now, but yeah, you don't want the knight being kept here. So do we go for it now? Is he looking at going really bold? I'd expect him to go this way. I'm going to get rid of it now. And now I need a target. So I've got bishop here to hit the pawn. If he goes here, that's really bold. He might do it though. No, I'll have to move the queen somewhere. That's what you'd expect. And then you'd expect him to target this pawn. And then when we go defensive, there's a natural target. So it's a bit of a problem. I'm aware of that, but I didn't see what better to aim for. Or unless he's looking at a spectacular, but right now I could take, couldn't I? Yeah, if he took now, I can take with the knight, then he can't open the file up. So he has taken. So bishop takes is not a move. Queen up might be a move. Actually, get the queen out of the firing line. Threaten a check if the pieces wander off. There's no real threat, but it looks like a natural square. It opens this up. Bishop here is a very natural move to target the pawn. It is actually, isn't it? Let's do that. Let's target the pawn. 2 attack it, 1 defend it. But I'm looking at queen out the way here. Or maybe here just to try and deal with this, but yeah, black's got a lot more space here. It's whether we're solid enough, because like I say, as soon as he manages to pile pressure on here, that's a problem. That's a bit of a problem. So he's got rook here if he wants it. We don't have bishop here because of the queen. We have queen up, but the rook guards the rook. Hold on, this pawn would be loose if we can shift this bishop, but how do we do that? See, that I don't see either. Lots of manoeuvring needed, isn't it? Lots of manoeuvring needed. But g4 seems like it's a very nice looking square for the queen. There's nowhere to go after that unless we come back here and create threats, but it just feels like a relatively nice, relatively safe square and a bit more advanced than where we are now. And once the queen's moved, I can play rook here. And if we trade, I can take safely back with the other rook. Give up an exchange and hope to get some counterplay. But then my king feels a lot safer. So he has indeed gone back there. So now again, we can't quite break through here, can we? We can't quite break through. Everything's guarded. If I push here, he just takes. That's no good, right? So I'm going to play this queen move and get the queen up. Maybe drop the bishop back, but again, everything's guarded right now. We're just prodding and proking and trying to move around. Bishop back and bishop here could be a move, but that feels a bit dicey. Feels a bit dicey. Yeah, I'm just hoping at some point pieces wander off somewhere. Like rook here might allow takes, but there's nothing to attack the bishop now. We'd have to maybe play a rook across. That restricts the queen coming back. But the rook's probably better here. than it is here. So he's played queen back offering the trade. Okay. But if I trade here, does that win an exchange? It looks like it, doesn't it? And then there's a lot less to attack here. That's got to be good, right? And we just go here. Should win an exchange. Doesn't mean it's necessarily winning, because he can try and still target this in the longer run. So we're going to take, but he's still got the two bishops, and that could be really annoying. It will be really annoying, unless we can find some way to break out. If we could trade one of the bishops, we'd be very happy. Oh, it's not a pawn. He might have blundered a pawn there. He'll have to push, but then we get the rook off the board. That should be good for us if he has to push. He's going to go brute force direct, isn't he? But if he has to step back, it's simply a pawn. I'm actually up a minute on the clock now, a minute and a half, so I need to use the time. Excuse me. But if he blocks, we take with a check. He can block and we just take and win a pawn anyway. We could get the rook off and we can win this pawn. So I think he has to concede this pawn. So he's gone back. A pawn's a pawn. It looks relatively safe. Am I getting my bishop stuck there? I don't see it. You can only play what you see. So I think we take and we maybe just simply come back. Even press this pawn again. So he's coming, maybe looking at this. I'd like my king here, but he's got this annoying idea. But if I come back with a view to going here, we can keep him pinned down defending, right? So let's bring the bishop back to go here and keep him tied down trying to defend this, or we'll have to push and trade the bishop. So that comes in, attacks us, so I guess we've only got the one move here. We don't want to really be here because he's got this potential idea. But he might have actually pushed us into bishop here and rook across. Okay, he's dealt with that. That gives me a chance to play f3, doesn't it? And he can't take. And f3 might mean we can go f4. Or we could just play f4 immediately. He can't take back and it gives us a nice square for our king. Might give him counterplay. Takes, would I want to take here? I don't think I would. I'm going to play f4. I don't think I'd want to go there and take, even if he left the bishop there. And he's actually pushed on now. Oh, he's just creating a clamp. And he's creating this annoyance, isn't he? I've made a mistake here, possibly. I should have played the bishop there. And he's got this as well. That's dangerous now. And if I go here, bishop here, I guess I've got this. But not when he takes. So I have to take first. If he goes with a pawn, it restricts his rook at least, and then I can put the bishop somewhere and try and come across. But this is dangerous now. Once he gets this, that's a bit problematic, isn't it? So I'm going to have to go here, king up and rook across, and hope my position isn't collapsed. But yeah, that's a really good concept. Even pawns up, for instance, it might, an exchange of it might be impossible to break this now. I can't even sack there. But if I go here, trade, trade. If he comes here, I can go here, trade, trade. But then that might be lost. But I have to do it, don't I? I can't let his rook get active, so I have to go for this. Nothing else to do. Bishop a3 now. I take the rook. He'll take my rook. But he's oh, he gets, does he get this pawn? Bishop down. Takes, he takes. I guess I can go here to guard it. He's found a good idea though. It's dangerous, this. Dangerous. Protected pawn. 3 moves off a queen. At some point I need to give up the rook to take one of the bishops off, but it's just when and how. So he's gone there, so I think I have to go here, right? But if we trade, his king is just going to march in somehow. Or maybe I can go here and rook here, and then I don't see how he gets in. Trade, keep the rook there, put the pawn here, and his king can't come in to attack our rook from either side, but the rook is then planted. But eventually if we get our king across, it'll release the rook, right? So that feels good to me. I don't think I'm in time to go pawn grabbing. I don't think I am. My king needs to wander over. 1, 2, 3, 4 moves. Oh, he's come forward, yes, so we can't take there, but we could go here, but he would attack our rook. That's no good. So let's move the king up. If I take, he does this. That's problematic. But I do have pawns I can try and push on this side, but I can't really move my rook without moving the bishop first. So he's gone there and attacked my rook. That's not very pleasant, but maybe I can just swing across here and just prepare to march our pawns and try and create a counter threat. That looks my best bet here. Sit and hold, but if he goes here now, I'm going to... Oh, actually, yeah. Has he found the draw? Because my king, if my king was here, I'd be fine. So take, he takes here, and he can march on 2, and there's nothing I can do about it. If I go here, he pushes. I go here, he pushes. And I'm actually screwed, aren't I? So I'm going to have to take here, down. What the heck? No, it's just a draw, isn't it? I might have to bail out and allow this. I might have to bail out and allow this. So check, he just takes. Check. I guess he can move. If I plant the bishop here or here, he just pushes. But then rook across isn't a move. Rook here isn't a move. So here, with a view to going here, here, here. I don't see it, but I'm just scared if I go here, this, he's going to get here. He's going to support it. Yeah, it's just a draw, isn't it, at best? It's just a draw at best. There's nothing I can do to avoid this, so I'm just going to have to repeat. Let's see what it was in engine language. Dangerous position. Dangerous position. So let's see what it was in engine speak. Pause so we don't accidentally start another game. 42 moves. Move times for both players. Then I'll put it through the analyzer. English opening, Neo-Catalan. So if you click on that, it'll bring up some puzzles to do. Also, we are actually +3 better, so maybe it was a mistake repeating. Let's see what the line was. I didn't see it. You can only play what you see. 87-85 on the accuracy. So we'll see now if we should have played on or not. Nothing's been flagged for either side here, just normal development moves. So here he should have taken with the pawn rather than the knight. And then yeah, we should have gone forward with the knight. I looked at that, didn't I? But I dropped back. We should have actually gone forward, not worried about this. I mean, excuse me, I guess we can drop back here. So that was a bit of a mistake. So was f5. So was rook to c1. We should have brought the knight back to f3. Then queen g5 was actually a blunder. He's got bishop down here, creating a pin. Oh, does that just win an exchange then? Oh no, well, actually I don't have bishop here, do I? So it's actually 1.4 better. I just missed that move. I didn't see it. Because all we can do is guard it with one of the rooks and give up an exchange then. Because if I go bishop here, it's already covered by his knight. I missed that. That's why he's got a technical blunder. Knight f3 was good. e5 was good. But then I should have actually played f3 and kicked his knight instead of dropping my knight back. Then opponent has another blunder here with the queen e6 move. It was good to take and take. Take here was good. But then here I had to play a rook up here instead of the rook across. Still +2 better. We're still better right to the end of the game now until the moment where we repeat. And then rook to c1 at the end is actually a blunder. I should have played bishop to d4, so it was the right move. So let's take a look at that. We'll just flick to the end now. But the engine's telling me I could have played on, so let's have a look at the line. So that's the end. So in this position, I should have played bishop up to d4. It's fluctuating between bishop d4 and taking on b4. But it's saying I'm +4 better, so it means I've got a defense there. Maybe it's just the fact that I can run these up before his king gets in. Let's have a look though. So say bishop to d4. See, I was expecting him just to simply push his pawns down. So if he pushes this one, what's the idea? Oh, I've just got a3. If he plays the pawn down there, we'd want that because we just play a3 and kick the bishop. And if he takes it, we take his pawn. So that would be a bad mistake. So the engine says drop your bishop back, and then we start motoring. Yeah, so I've not calculated this out correctly. He can check. We can actually block, or we can play king across. Then what, say a4. We can play a3 and stop that pawn. He can go back either square, I guess. We can play rook across. And then we just start motoring and we hope for the best, don't we? But it's a scary position when this pawn can run very quickly. So we ended up with a draw that we shouldn't really have taken, but I couldn't calculate it all out. So it is what it is.